Well, I got to say that German engineers got to be some of the most myopic-brained Dummkopfs on the planet. There's no doubt about it. And, I don't know why people get snowed into buying this stuff. If you're looking to buy a car, you just get I don't know if it's a sports car or whatever, anything, but you're better off with an American classic. Without a doubt. Value and practicality. Is it worth it for the money? That's what it really comes down to. Function over form. There's one of the cars that, and the Japanese are kind of guilty of this too, but maybe not to the extent of the Germans. The German car is probably the most over-engineered pile of crap on the face of the earth. No doubt about it. I mean, pretty much all of them, and I guess the only ones I really thought were real quality were the ones designed by Ferdinand Porsche, namely, not the Porsche I really would say, is the Volkswagen, the simple Beetle. Now, that's the one that's a good car, but as far as Mercedes, I don't know why people are so attracted to this lofty name that just commands a price beyond. And the real problem comes into being down the road. Actually, it's not so much even the initial price being high. Down the road, hang it up. There is so much over-engineered garbage in these cars. It's beyond belief. And with all the new plastic part technology, plastic radiators, plastic cross members in the transmission, plastic engine components, forget it. Not to mention all the little gizmos that can constantly be broken and cost like an arm and a leg to fix. But, of course, if you like throwing, they always say you don't want to. I watch Southwest Rod and Custom, DIY Auto School, Pete, over down here in Texas, or Dallas, Texas. And yeah, I realize you could sink a lot of money into a classic American car, but in my opinion, you'd be way better off doing that than sinking money into a Mercedes or a BMW. Bring my wallet. Because basically, all in the end, you just got an over-engineered piece of shit. Because one thing, I always like the way the Americans do things. It's always a matter of, what's the big watchword? Practicality. Why do Americans actually even dress more casual than people of the European flair? Because we don't give a shit. That's really what it comes down to. We don't care. We're not trying to put on a big air. We're not trying to be somebody special. We're just regular people, that's all. And, the big watchword in America has always been value. What do you get out of something, a product, for the money? We don't try to be something special. So the big names out of Europe, I think they're the most overvalued piece of garbage going. I mean, people are going to disagree with that. But, if you're looking for a car, I don't know, I've seen people like just, kid, like 28, whatever. He had to go empty out half his bank account or most of his bank account to go buy himself a used BMW because he could drive around like big shit. Well, go ahead, right ahead. But, the repair bill is going to be astronomically high for that over-engineered piece of German shit. Because there's really, actually the only German cars I really liked was the old VWs from like the last they imported them in the USA. I think it was 78. The old air-cooled VWs, not the over-complex garbage they got today. But, if you're looking at real classic styling, good old Chevy. Good old Chevy pickup truck, And they can poo-poo this all they want, the highfalutin European engineering. But this truck will be on the road decades from now, whereas the Audi, the Volkswagen Passat, newfangled Volkswagen, not the old style, or the Mercedes or the Audi is going to be in the junk heap. Because all that over-engineered electronic garbage gizmos, they're all going to fall apart. Case in point, look how far back American cars are still on the road. It's a matter of practicality. That's the American way. And that's really how I always value anything, any product. any product out there. You know, the ones that are actually really guilty of pushing the marketing advertising to the max, you'll pretty much see it out of the German luxury car market. Oh, it's got this. Oh, it's got that. You got to have this. It's got the big name. Oh, it's got all this. Oh, big deal. Big deal. You know, what are people trying to prove? I don't know. I don't understand it, you know. That's one reason, actually, they lost World War One, they lost World War Two, and they're probably going to lose World War Three when we have it. America will survive because we're a nation of pragmatic people that look for value. We work hard, and it's no nonsense. So, you know, we might not be as fancy as the rest of the people, and we might not look as slick or talk as slick, but we know what a value is. I can tell you right now, I know that this old truck right here with the fender not quite lined up to the door is probably going to outlast a brand new BMW or Mercedes or a Porsche or an Audi by, I don't know, several 100,000 miles easily, and be a hell of a lot cheaper per mile to run. So really, who out-engineered who? That really is the question. Because engineering is a matter of practicality. What do you get for it for what you pay? And that is really something that German engineering has totally lost sight of. I don't know, it must be a European thing. It really must be, because it's almost like, how many calculations can we make and how many gizmos can we put in these stupid cars to charge as much money as possible and say, oh, we got this management system, we got that thing over here, we got special little motors in the window. When we open up the door in a car, the window goes down a little bit so it doesn't hurt the rubber gasket around the window, and that stupid motor will cost you $300. You know, we got all kinds of sensors and power heated mirrors and all this other bullshit. It'll cost you more than this whole truck right here that'll be outlasted. So like Shorty's towing service, which is on the side of this truck, more than likely is probably making a living out of towing BMWs and Mercedes, because that truck's going to be around a hell of a long time, because it is a Chevrolet. That's real quality. And that's the type of stuff you want to have in the cold winters, and that's the type of stuff you want to be driving to work in a secure manner and, you know, doing your job, because, you know, it's like flash and chrome don't get you home. That's really what it comes down to. But, you know, there could be a little bit of that too much, and sometimes in a hot rod or restoration areas. But when you're talking about German engineering, you're talking about a whole other stratosphere way beyond the hot rod and restoration market. It is just rip-off city. So I just have to tell you that, you know, look at the bright side with the United States. You know, a lot of people in the United States are saying, oh, it's so bad over here. Hell no, man. We just got to go right back to the way we always think, pragmatic. What do you get for it for the money? And the big watchword is value. We don't need to be fancy. We don't need to be special. We don't need to be playing no highfalutin airs or anything like that. It's just a matter of being real, getting the job done. So that's really what engineering is about when you start thinking about it. American engineering, or pure redneck engineering, is vastly superior to German engineering any day. And that is why we're going to thrive and survive in the new millennia for many years to come, despite what the rest of the world thinks of us. Because, you know, our watchword has always been, or our two watchwords have always been, practicality and value.